Life in Envelopes. I am Jennifer Bleecher. This channel is all about planning, budgeting, paying off debt, and my very exciting journey from full-time teacher to full-time Etsy shop owner and YouTuber. So if that is something that you think you would like to see, then please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you along on this journey. In today's video is brought to you by my best friend patrons, Iaisha, Allen, and MamaRhi Plans. Thank you guys so much for your support. You totally rock, and I appreciate you so much. Okay guys, so today we're going to close out the week 1 budget for December, and we're going to set up the week 2 budget. I am using the Budget by Paycheck workbook by the Budget Mom. This is also her Filofax. Both of these items can be found on her website, which is linked in my description box below. If you watched my video yesterday where I went over my Etsy income, you would know that it was a very good week for us. It was our Black Friday sale, so we have some very exciting numbers to work with today. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so starting with the expense tracker, the way I use her workbook is I do 1 expense tracker per week. So this is the expense tracker for this past week, and I put a key on there so that when I go to close out my month at the end of the month, I can easily see how much I spent in each budget category. Okay, let's look at where my money went this week. These category stickers are from my friend Cara Jo Plans, and I do have a link to her Etsy shop in the description box below, as well as a coupon code. All the other stickers you see, they are from my shop, Life in Envelopes. I also have a link to that shop down below, as well as a discount code. Okay, so starting with bills. So Google Fi came out this week. Google Fi is our cell phone plan, and we pay $53 a month approximately for 2 cell phones. We also put $40 aside for our garbage bill. We do that at the beginning of every month. We put $40 aside. We actually don't pay the garbage bill. We pay it once every 3 months, but by putting the money aside once a month, it just makes it easier when it comes time to pay that bill. It's not such a big impact on us. Okay. Next is State Farm. This is for car insurance on 2 vehicles, so it's $134. So it's my vehicle and Jacob's vehicle. I pay for his car insurance still. He works for me in my Etsy shop, and I just feel like I don't pay him quite enough because I pay him as much as I can, but I feel like it's just not quite enough. So I do cover things like his car insurance for him. And then we also had Logan's homeschool, the program that we use, the computer program we use for homeschooling. We pay $20 a month for it, and I totally forgot about adding that to my budget. So we'll have to add that today when we go to the budget spreadsheet. Okay, that was it for bills. Let's take a look at debt. For me, the difference between debt and bills is bills are things that I'm always going to have to pay, and debt will be paid off one day. So this is for our mortgage. We have a 3-bedroom, 3-bath house in Iowa, and our monthly mortgage is $1,317. I mention this because people ask, but also because I think it's just interesting to note, you know, like depending on where you live, the cost of rent or how much you put towards your mortgage can be a big difference. So we used to live in Los Angeles, so that's like, I know, like this would not have gotten me very far in Los Angeles. Okay. Food. So we took out $150 for food this week, and we did spend it. See, we put food as one of our cash envelopes. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and pull that out right now, so we can talk about how much we spent from each category. Okay, so for food, the envelope is empty, so I know I spent the $150. For gas, so I put $20 in the envelope last week, and I still have $20 in there. So what I'm going to say for my sticker is that I didn't spend anything. It's 0. So budgeting wise, I didn't spend anything on gas, even though I still have $20 in that envelope. And I'm going to show you later how I'm going to handle that as far as the budget goes. Okay, miscellaneous. So I put last week we had, let me just look again. Last week we put $255 in miscellaneous, but let's see how much we have left now, because I didn't spend all of that money. Okay, so let's see how much we have left. 150, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 201. So we have 201 left over. I'm just going to put the money back in here for now, and I'm going to show you later how I'm going to handle that situation. I had to think this morning, like, I usually don't have money left over, so I was like, okay, how do I want to handle this? So I'll explain all that when we get to the budget sheet. Okay, so we actually only spent $54 out of our miscellaneous envelope. Next is our spending money. I get $20, David gets $20, and Logan gets $5. Next is sinking funds and debt snowball. I actually only do this once a month, and it is the first week of the month that I do it. I use all of our rollover from the previous month to put money towards sinking funds and debt snowball. So we were able to put $233 towards that this month. Okay, and the last category is our savings challenge. So each week after I update you guys on our business budget, we take a portion of the take-home pay and we set it aside in a savings challenge. And that video came out yesterday as well, if you want to go back and check that out. But this is from the week prior. We were able to set aside $42 during our savings challenge. Okay, so that's it for the monthly spread. Let's head on over to the budget now and take a closer look at how everything's going to work out. Okay, so we're going to start by closing out the budget from last week. So starting with income, our rollover was in fact $233. David's payday was $18.92. So he's paid once a month and it's a fixed amount, so that's very helpful. And then my Etsy income and my YouTube income, I always do these 1 week late. That way I know exactly how much I have to work with. So we had $509 from Etsy and $333 from YouTube, which was really good for us because my goal for each of these categories is $250 each. So we went above goal in both of those categories. So altogether that was $29.67 that we had to work with this first week. So our mortgage came out and it was $13.17. The SUV did not come out this week, so it'll probably come out next week. I need to make sure that I include that in next week's budget when we get that set up. State Farm, I think, was a little more than $132. Yes, it was $134. For some reason, our State Farm bill fluctuates just by a couple dollars, but I don't know why that is. I don't know how to predict it. So yeah, it's always a little off. Okay, Aspen, our garbage, was $40. And then I didn't put time for learning here. I budgeted 0 because I forgot to put that, but it did, we were charged $20 for it. So let's see all together how much money this week went to pay our bills. That is $15.11. So $15.11 went to pay our bills this week. So we had $29.67 and we spent $15.11 on bills, which left us with $14.56 or $1,456. Okay, so I'm going to bring that amount down here to our variable expenses. Our variable expenses are also our cash envelopes, which means I take money out of the bank and I put it in the envelope, as you saw earlier. So we put $150 in the envelope and we spent that. We put $20 in gas, but we didn't spend it. So I'm going to mark it as 0 right now, but I know that there's still $20 in that envelope. So when we set up our budget next week, I'm going to include that $20 and how much we put into gas, and you'll see when we get there. Miscellaneous, we took out $255, but we didn't spend that much. We spent $54. Spending was $45, and our savings challenge was $42 because, again, that number comes 1 week later, so I know exactly how much I have to work with. Okay, So all together, let's see how much we spent on our variable expenses. $291. So $14.56 minus $291. That's $11.65. Okay, so I'm going to bring that amount up here to our sinking funds. I did make a video last week showing how I distributed that $233 into our sinking fund. So if you want to go back and check that out, you can see exactly how I decided to put how much in each envelope. We put $20 in the birthdays, $35 towards car maintenance, $35 for our car registration. We put $50 in the Christmas envelope, and this is actually for a Christmas for next year, so we already got a jump start on that. We put $20 in the memberships, $33 in our vacation fund, and $40 towards our vet, and altogether that came to $233. So $11.65 minus $233. That leaves us with $932. Okay, coming down to extra debt, I decided not to put any money towards extra debt this month. We only had $233 to work with. I decided to put all of that towards our sinking funds. In the month prior, we were able to pay off over $13,000 of debt, so I felt pretty good about just focusing on sinking funds this month. Okay, so I'm going to bring that amount down here. So 0, 932, 932. So this is the amount that we are going to roll over. I roll over the remaining amount week to week, and then the very last week of the month, whatever we have left over and roll over, all of that money will go towards sinking funds and extra debt. So, but before that, it just goes to help paying for bills throughout the month. So we are saving or rolling over a total of $932, bringing this week's budget down to 0, which is exactly what I want to do. I want to have a place for my money at the end of the month. Okay, let's get to the fun part. Let's set up week 2. Okay, so this is for week 2, and let's see the date ranges. It's December 5th through December 11th. Okay, so starting with our rollover, we had a rollover amount of $932. And Etsy, okay, just for some background knowledge, normally I like to make about $250. But this was our Black Friday sale, so we had really good numbers for Etsy. Let's see where we were this week. So we don't want to look at income, we want to look at take-home pay. So this week for take-home pay, instead of $250, I made $1,284. It was so exciting to do that income update yesterday. I had so much fun doing that. Okay, so let's see. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so all together, let's see how much we have to work with this week. So 932 plus 1284. So we have 2,216. So these are numbers that are much larger than I'm used to working with. I mean, this is probably small for some people, but for us, this is a large amount of money. So let's just get into it. I had to really sit and think this morning before I came on to do this, like where I want to put my money, how I want to handle this. It's really easy when it's just $250 and I know it's all going to go here, but having more, okay, we'll just get into it. Okay, so first of all, SUV did not come out last week, so we need to make sure that we have the money set aside for that this week. So we want to have $118 for that. So for the rest of these bills here, I'm going to be getting the information off of this spreadsheet that I make on Google Sheets. And I do have a tutorial video showing you how to set this up if you're a beginner and you don't know how to do it. So it's very basic. just to help the beginner like get started. So if you want to check that video out, that's also came out recently as well. Okay, so I'm using that information to fill this out. Disney Plus is going to be $9, MetroNet is going to be $89, and Google Fi is going to be $52. So those are our bills that are going to come out this week. Okay, so that's going to be $268 towards bills. So 2216 minus 268. So that leaves us with $1948. So it's time to pull out to stuff the cash envelopes. So my wallet is like really thick right now, and it's hard for me to zip it closed. And it's not from the amount of cash in there; it's from my coins. So I did my savings challenges yesterday, which includes a coin challenge. But I had coins from David and Logan that I added, and I didn't add for my wallet like I normally do. So I have this like buildup of coins. The reason why I have so many coins is because anytime I spend cash and I get change, I just leave it in here. I used to spend it, I used to use it, but now I leave it in here for my coin challenge so that my coin challenge can grow faster. I think that's everything. I do put a quarter back for Aldi, for my Aldi cart. Okay, so I'm gonna set that aside until next time we do the coin challenge. Okay, so we're gonna take all of our take-home pay out, and we're gonna use that to in our budget. That's what I do each week. So our take-home pay was $12.84, but we already did the savings challenge yesterday, and we ended up putting $64 towards that savings challenge. So $12.84 minus 64 means that we should have $12.20 to work with, and I'm going to count this and make sure it actually equals $12.20. I don't know if I need my calculator. I'm just going to have it here just in case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 1,100. Yeah, I'm going to use my calculator. 20, 40, 60, 81, 10, 15, 20. Yes, $12.20 is what we have to work with. I'm not going to put all of this money towards these categories. We just don't need that much money, and we are in debt, so we need to pay off our debt. So this is how I decided to handle this. So, okay, let's start with spending money. So we're still going to get our normal $45. So I'm going to set aside David's 20. I do that first, so hopefully I won't ever forget to do that again. I forgot to do that once. It was really funny. I mean, it wasn't funny, but it was funny that like everyone's like, what about David's money? So he just appreciates that you guys look out for him. So $20 has been set aside for David. So let's do my and Logan's now. So I get $20, and I don't know how much I've had. I've actually, oh yeah, I did use a bit this week. When we're really busy in the Etsy shop, like I don't want to cook, or I don't want to stop and cook. So getting food I got food a couple times. So I still have 20, 40, 50, 51, 52. Okay, not bad. I still have $52 in there. Okay, we're going to add 5 to Logan's. So last week I explained that Logan owes David $80 for spending $80 out of David's account on game stuff, like he accidentally did it. Anyways, but I forgot to tell you guys that David told me that after he has the $80 saved up and Logan gives it to David, David's going to take half and give it back to Logan. So Logan will actually get $40. Logan doesn't know that though. He just knows he's saving up to pay off the money that he accidentally spent. Okay, so let's see how close he is to that $80 goal. 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 66, 67, 68. Oh, he's getting closer. Okay, food. We're going to add our normal amount of $150 We try to spend $150 a week on food for a family of 4. 1, 20, 40, 50. Okay, so gas. So we already have $20 in that envelope, but I want to add another 20 today because I didn't get gas last week, and if I fill up my whole tank, it is very close to $40. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to add the 20 today, but instead of writing that I've added 20, I'm going to write the total amount that I have in that envelope, 20, 40. And the reason why I'm doing that is because the 20 that was in that envelope is included in this rollover amount of $932. So if I don't do that, then I wouldn't be accounting for that. So we're going to put 40 towards gas. It took me a while to figure that out this morning, like exactly how to do that. So that's the plan I came up with. Okay, now miscellaneous. We have money still in our miscellaneous envelope, but that is also included as part of this rollover amount. So today for miscellaneous, I only want to add $5. That's all I'm adding towards my miscellaneous envelope this week. So let's see how much we have in here. We're going to add 5, and then that's the amount that we're going to write down here. 1, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 200, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 206. Okay, so 206. So what I do with our miscellaneous money is I don't intend to spend it, but it's there if we need it, which I really appreciate. And then at the end of the month, anything that's left over in miscellaneous food and gas, also gets rolled over into our sinking funds and extra debt snowball. So anything left over at the end of the month in this envelope will go towards those goals. Now, this was my what do I do with this? So this is a lot of money for us. I believe this is $1,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000. Yep, so that is $1,000, which we do not need to put in any of these envelopes. So what I'm going to do, I know that at the end of the month, I want this to go to debt. I don't want to do it yet because I always do it at the end of the month. It just helps me keep track of everything, just to do it once a month. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to deposit this money back into my bank account, and it's going to be part of our rollover until we get to the end of the month. And then at the end of the month, remember, anything I have in my rollover at the end of the month will go towards sinking funds and debt snowball. So it is going to go to that, but just not right now. It's going to go there at the end of the month. Okay. That's what I finally decided. It took me a while to figure out how I wanted to do that. Okay, so let's take a look at how much we spent in our miscellaneous categories. Our variable categories. So 150 plus 40. So $505 went to our variable expenses. 505. Okay, so 1948 minus 505 is 1443. Okay, so coming up here, again, we are just not doing that this week. We'll do it at the beginning of next month. Okay, so that brings us down to our rollover. So we are going to roll over $1,443, bringing our ending balance to 0, which is exactly what we want to do. That feels good. Last month I don't have my old thing with me, but last month we were negative for the first 3 weeks of the month. So it feels great to be positive. It feels really, really good. I forgot to tell you where these gorgeous envelopes came from. These gorgeous envelopes came from my friend Sweet Bunny Budgets, and I do have a link to her Etsy shop in the description box below. Okay guys, so that is it for this week's budget. I am really looking forward to checking in with you guys next week and seeing where we're at. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, will you please give it a thumbs up? And I will see you all again next time. Bye, everyone.